Hey, what is up guys, it's Alex. Welcome back to episode number 4 of my Road to Infernal Cape series. I have some big plans for this episode. I'm really trying to focus on pushing the account out of that early game stage. And so what I'm really hoping to accomplish by the end of this episode, completing the Dragon Slayer 1 quest. I'd also like to unlock Fossil Island so we can start doing some birdhouse runs. Along with that, we'll explore some new money making methods and hopefully start making some progress towards the RFD quest line. We ended the last episode with the idea of going to the mage training arena. I don't really have access to a lot of different teleports. I'm not entirely sure how far 400 nature runes is going to take us. I'm hoping it can take us pretty close to 45 so we can unlock that Camelot teleport. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time in the mage training arena. I'll get back to you once we've used up all these runes. So I figured while I'm doing some MTA, I wanted to outline some of the goals for this episode. My main focus right now is again just trying to get my magic up. There are several different quests I'm hoping to have done by the end of the episode, including Fossil Island, as that'll give us access to birdhouse runs, as well as Dragon Slayer 1, which will really help boost our early combat levels and help us start pushing towards the mid game. And again, as I said earlier, I'd like to start slowly chipping away at some of those pre-quests so we can start unlocking some of the gloves from the RFD chest. I'm going to be spending a fair bit of time in MTA. If I can get to the point where we can start high alching, that'll be really nice as I'll be able to do that while I'm doing our quest. That's sort of the main focus for right now. I've been mainly doing Giant's Foundry as a way to make money, so if we're able to find some more stable money making methods, I'm thinking Temporos might be a little bit of passive money as well, since we'll get rune items from the caskets. And I'll also need lots of raw food, as one of the major prereqs for RFD is 70 cooking. So yeah, those are some of the goals for right now. Let's get right back into the action. Alright, so we've used up the majority of the runes. I'm going to save these 50 because we might need them for questing. So for right now, I'm just going to hold on to these. However, from using up all those alchs, we got all the way from 30 to 37 magic, which means we can now cast the Teleport to Falador spell, which is really nice. But along with that, we have a huge coin stack here, which when I deposit, I'm going to get a bunch of XP as well. So hopefully that'll push us to 40. 25k XP, that's crazy. Okay, that pushed us all the way to 43. But we can officially superheat item as well, which is pretty solid. That's another nice quest completed. That's the Twilight's Promise. I wanted to unlock the teleport, so I figured this would be a good quest, but I also need to get to 30 thieving for the feud quest. So that puts us at very close at 29 now. I'm thinking what I might actually do is go ahead and do Tourist Trap as well, and that should boost us the rest of the way there. And there we go. Okay, that's 4,600 XP. I put one of the XP drops into thieving because I wanted 30. There we go. That is Tourist Trap complete, putting us up to 59 quest points. And now I think the next one I want to take a look at is the feud quest. The main reason I'm doing that right now is it'll give us access to not only blackjacking, but I'll also have access to a consistent rune shop. There we go. That is the feud complete. 15,000 thieving XP. That puts us up to 38 thieving now. We can actually do master farmers. However, we probably won't be doing that for quite a while. Now there is a little sub quest I have to do with Ali Morrison, so I'm gonna try and get that done, and then we'll return once we're able to actually buy some runes. Here's a quick tip for early game Ironman. If you haven't already unlocked the Ali Morrison shop, I highly recommend you do so, as it will give you access to runes that you otherwise won't be able to buy in Varrock. So for this mini quest, all you'll need to do is turn on the Rune Doku plugin, and it shows you exactly which runes you need to place in what spot. And once you're done this little mini quest, Ali Morrison will sell you runes for a pretty reasonable price as well. So I'd highly recommend unlocking this as soon as you can if you are a early game Ironman. And now we have access to Ali Morrison's rune shop. After unlocking the rune shop in Alcarid, I decided to go back to questing, which is where I did a little bit of a questing spree. We started off doing the Making History quest, and then after that I decided I wanted to get some crafting levels. So I did both of the Elemental Workshop quests, which give a pretty nice boost to crafting XP. After that, it was finally time to get started with the Bon Voyage quest. And this is where I encountered a few different problems. For one, if you haven't done the Bon Voyage quest before, it's a quest that requires a lot of moving around. And of course, at this point in time, I still didn't have access to a lot of teleports. So it did take a lot of time just going from NPC to NPC and gathering all the resources that I needed for that quest. However, the most challenging hurdle that I faced with this quest was actually navigating the ship to Fossil Island. This part of the quest I found to be extremely frustrating because I had to go back and forth kind of navigating the ship's direction. And then I would start going in the opposite direction where I was wanting to head, so it just became very frustrating. But eventually we did manage to reach the island, checking off one of those big milestones that we needed to complete for this episode. Alright, so I wanted to give a little bit of an update after that questing spree that I went on. But as you can see from the stats, we're actually shaping up pretty nicely. I did a fair bit of MTA, getting myself all the way to 47 magic. This just helps with unlocking quite a few different teleports, since we now have access to like the Falador teleport, as well as the teleport to House and the Camelot teleport, which are all very nice for questing. Aside from that, I've been doing the odd Temporos game, pushing myself up to 54 fishing and 49 cooking. And the main thing I was hoping to accomplish for this episode was unlocking Fossil Island. But now that we have that, we have access to birdhouse runs. I wanted to include a quick clip of me doing a birdhouse run, since I think this is something that all Ironmen should start as soon as possible. Again, if you haven't done birdhouse runs before, there's going to be a couple things that you need. If you're an Ironman, you'll need to make the clockwork yourself. What I really like about the birdhouses is that it's basically a passive way of getting hunter levels. It also sets you up pretty nicely for the later game, as the birdhouses give you bird nests, which function as the secondary for Saradomin brews, as well as having a variety of different seeds, which can range from like lower tier tree seeds all the way up to high tier tree seeds. So you're getting both passive XP as well as seeds, which will help boost your farming level as well. There we go, that's another major quest complete. 18k strength and defense XP. Pushes us all the way up to 39 defense now, as well as 43 strength. Super happy to get those levels, that's going to be huge. We're also 50 combat now,